my thing is, Lomachenko didn't have a fight. Lomachenko's coming off of shoulder surgery. I mean, we don't know if he's going to stay at 135. He said he wants to stay at 135, but you could fight Stevenson at 130, which is a better weight for you, as opposed to trying to fight these bigger guys that, you know, they clearly have a reach advantage on you at 135, and you're taking a lot more punishment. So, and that's an in-house fight for Bob. I mean, 2 stars could be a passing of the torch kind of thing, you know. I honestly think, and listen, I'm gonna say this about Lomachenko, I love his style, but after he got put down and then lost, and then how he took the loss, well, put down by Linares, it kind of got exposed a little bit. But I'm just like thinking, like, is he really this good, or is he just a product of good matchmaking?
I think at this particular point, it may be a combination of both, because, I mean, for me, he was very good. You know, kind of like at super featherweight, but he hadn't had that many fights at super featherweight. He didn't have that many fights at featherweight either. And it's like, okay, how good is he? Like, really, how good is he? If he hasn't really had, you know, those type of, you know, fights to say, okay, he's, you know, far and away the best fighter in that weight class because he's beating everybody in that weight class, you know? So, but this thing with lightweight, you know, I kind of like felt like it was kind of a stretch because he fought Linares and he got knocked down by Linares, good timing punch, and Linares had something behind him. And, you know, then he has, you know, another unification fight. Then he had that fight against Luke Campbell for the vacant WBC belt. And it's like, yeah. Oh, he also had a fight with Anthony Crawler in the middle of that, which wasn't. I was like, come on. But, yeah.
That was Bob trying to get some money back. That's what that was.
Well, yeah, that was Bob and, you know, Eddie working together, man. So that was like an easy fix for both parties in that instance.
But even Eddie said after the Luke Campbell fight, he was like, you know, Lomachenko's a good fighter. He's not a star. I actually lost money off of this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like, when they had that fight between him and Rigondeaux, that was supposed to be built as like, you know, the fight between 2 of the most skilled fighters in the sport. And that really didn't draw that many people at all because, you know, not that many people gravitate towards either fighter. So,
can we be honest though? This is y'all had Rigondeaux, not saying you, but they had Rigondeaux come up 2 weight classes to fight this man. And they expected him to really put up that big of a fight. Like, I know you talking tough on Twitter and social media stuff, and it garnered interest as far as, you know, the casual fans. I was even calling for the fight, but I knew what was going to happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then if you really think about it, is that Lomachenko's biggest win?
It could be.
Wow.
It's either that one or Linares.
That's
me kind of being biased because there is another win that's on his record that I didn't feel like it was a win, and that was against Gary Russell.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 fights that you could probably put up for Lomachenko. So people got to take their pick out of those 3.
So how old is Lomachenko right now?
What is he, like 30, 33, 34, something like that?
An old 34. You know, he stayed at amateur way too long. That's what I'm saying. He didn't have time to really get the marination. Oh, he's 32. But I'm just saying his past couple fights, he's had what, 2-3 surgeries?
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? You taking 2 losses. You got knocked down one of them. Face got beat up, you know, a couple of them. It's just, dude, you're taking a lot more punishment and you're slowing down. So right now, in my mind, the smart thing for you to do to end your career within these next couple of years would be to go to 130 where you have the advantage. You're not fighting bigger guys that are going to mess you up and you're going to have to work even harder and get hurt.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, because He could be like 34 years old and not have 20 professional fights under his belt.
That's crazy.
He's at 16 fights right now. So if he's gonna have like a 2 fights a year type of thing, then yeah, he'll be 34 and he won't have but 20 fights, professional fights to his name.
I just don't like how they pick and choose. How when he came out from the amateurs, he got to get into an immediate title shot. Other guys have great amateur records too. You know what I'm saying? But they don't get to, just based off your promoter, you don't get a belt given to you.
Yeah,
and not only you lost, and then came right back the next fight and got another title shot.
That was highly questionable to me, because I was gonna try to see if I could verify this thing, because I think Salido wasn't at the weight. So the way that they worked it was they kind of like kept a Lomachenko up there to fight the highest ranked contender, which was Gary Russell. But even then, I just still feel like he shouldn't have got that other titles, like that title shot just immediately like that.
See what I'm saying? Meanwhile, other fighters, they have to work their way up. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't like how it's just favoritism, just based off of your promoter. Look how Devin Haney's getting treated by Bob Arum. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't want Teofimo Lopez to fight him. And we're going to go into that as well. He doesn't want him to fight him. He even told Devin Haney, you signed with the wrong promoter. Like,
you signed with the wrong promoter. Why in the world did you sign with Eddie Hearn? No, that's not what it was. You just don't want Devin Haney to fight those guys that you had, because he has already worked with Eddie Hearn on multiple occasions for multiple fights. We just had a couple of examples with Vasyl Lomachenko against Luke Campbell and against, Anthony Crolla. And we had another instance where you had Jose Ramirez going up against Maurice Hooker. So if you can work with Eddie Hearn on those multiple occasions for that, how come you can't do it for Devin Haney?
Because he's a threat. He's going to take all the Teofimo's belts. That's exactly what it is. I told you, Bob, when he gets a belt, he holds on to it. He wants everything in-house. But then when you do it back to him, he's mad about it. He's calling people out in the media. He's acting crazy. Like, dude, you can dish it out but can't take it?
Yeah, but that to me is one thing. But I've said this, like, when it comes to him, he'll do cross-promotional fights or have fighters on there that are advised by other people, as long as he feels like his fighter has a very good chance of winning that fight. But if it's anything close to 50-50, he's not really going to be inclined to do that.
Okay.